Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Between Two Todds. I'm here with my co-host, Human Todd. Oh, look who we have here today.
We do, and I'm not trying to embarrass her. I'm really not. I want to let everybody know just like how much I love Suz Richards-Benson. Like she is my one of my favorite marketing people of all time. Nobody knows how much value she has brought to my life just from a personal standpoint and work, and like how many times she has just answered 4 a.m. emergency Slack messages for me, and has worked with so many different clients with me, and just it's just been wonderful. So I'll shut up there, and hopefully I didn't embarrass you too much, Suze, but I just had to do that because you're just one of my favorite people of all time.
Oh, Todd, thank you so much. You're so sweet. I'm glad to be here. Between two Todds.
Yeah. And please tell everybody where you're at. You are not in the US.
No, I am based in the UK in sunny Plymouth, down in the southwest coast. So yeah, UK based, but originally from the States. So
There we go.
keeping my ties to the stateside. But yeah, here for the sunshine and the great food.
That's great. And I like mentioning that because I mentioned 4 a.m. selects. That's for me, the weirdo, but that's 10 a.m. for Suze, so
Yeah, it's perfectly reasonable
yeah.
daytime hours for me. I think it's more remarkable that you're sending messages at 4 a.m., to be honest.
It is so funny. I strategically, scheduled 4 a.m. tech or Slack messages to you in the past.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, if I'm freaking out something at 10 p.m., I'm scheduling it at least for you the next day. But no,
Yeah.
again, thank you so much. We'll stop talking about that, but thank you again for all of your support there and for your
No
support
worries.
today,
Happy to help.
being on this today. You are an awesome guest to have compared to some business owners we've had on here, people who are just dipping their toes into AI. You, like me, just from normal marketing activities and being a proactive person, you have really uh, just jumped in with the AI,
Mm.
for
Hmm.
years now, whether it's paid media with whatever Google or Meta has thrown at us, but you've also done more of the practitioner stuff with not just ChatGPT but all automation and other things. So
Mm.
it's a broad subject right now, but kind of if you can paint a picture for folks what your day to day life is like, how you partner with even your husband on some things, like what do you guys do? How do you make your lives easier with AI from a work and personal standpoint?
Yeah, so obviously for me, I'm like you say, I'm using AI every day. It's become almost like second nature. It's hard to imagine not having it, and I think within my profession, at least when you're looking at digital marketing, when you hear the word AI, or at least when you did 2 3 years ago, it kind of gave you a bit of pause for thought, if you will, where you're thinking, I'm not so sure about this. Do we want controls taken away from us? But as it's been rolled out and as more people have become accustomed to using AI, you realize that it's actually been a very valuable tool, both for me professionally and then, like you say, personally. I can't tell you how many times, I have to ask Alexa or Google to add things to my shopping list. So when I go to the supermarket, I remember, the spices I need or whatever it is. But yeah, within work, it's pretty much been a game changer. If I'm being honest, it makes it so much easier to digest big data sets. It helps you identify patterns that maybe you hadn't previously looked at. So when you're dealing with clients who are spending quite significant sums on some of these platforms, having that secondary backup in terms of analysis can be really, really helpful. And at the end of the day, when you're looking at some of the AI innovations that have been introduced on the platforms, their conversion bidding, for example, is so much more sophisticated than we ever were able to toggle with on the front end. The patterns that they're identifying with user behaviors, browsers, times of day, and many other of the signals that they're looking at, that the AI just pulls together to create what it identifies as an ideal persona. And I've said this to clients in the past. Oftentimes, one of the first things you ask businesses is, what does your clientele look like? What does your ideal audience look like? And they'll have an idea as to what the audience is. And 90% of the time they're pretty spot on, but there'll be patterns that maybe they haven't identified that the AI is more capable of identifying, down to finer details, such as, the types of behavior that you carry out online, and how that then filters you into different audience buckets and indicates that perhaps you're more ready to take a certain action, such as, travel, for example, or ready to make a particular purchase online. And with the AI introductions across these platforms, it's much easier to discern that data, and then also to harness it to the client's benefits across their campaigns.